Hi, guys. So, welcome back, everyone. If this is your first time here, welcome to Blue Buddha Frenchies. I'm Andrea, and this is our weekly Thursday live stream where we pull back the curtain on what truly means to raise French Bulldogs the right way. So, just a reminder, we go live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you have not subscribed yet, please do that and then turn on your alerts so you never miss us. So for anyone who's just now finding us for the first time, let me just give you a super quick recap of where we've been. So on stream 1, we introduced ourselves, Mario and I, Blue Buddha Frenchies, our story, and why French Bulldogs have completely taken over our lives in the most beautiful way, of course. So stream 2, we took you deep inside those first 8 weeks of a puppy's life here. We talked about the red zone, the feeding every 2 hours, the incubators, the manual stimulation, all of it. Last week, I took you guys through a tour of my nursery. Mario followed me with the camera through every single corner of where our puppies are born and, of course, where they're raised. So hopefully you were able to see that. If you did miss any of those, just go back and watch them and make sure you like them. They're all there waiting for you. So tonight, we're going somewhere that I have been so excited to take you, which I've mentioned a few times. Tonight, we are going to talk about socialization. So I want to start with something that I think is really important to understand from the very beginning when you get your puppy. So a dog's behavior and social skills, its emotional resilience, things that are not set in stone at birth. So research, there's actually behavior experts, John Paul Scott and John Fuller. They think that a dog's behavioral makeup is about 35% genetic and 65% shaped by socialization, healthcare, training, and environment. So 65%. So that means that a majority of who your dog becomes is directly influenced by what happens in those early weeks and months of their lives. So that's like huge, you guys. That's not small. And that is exactly why I take socialization incredibly serious at Blue Buddha. So I want to say something that I feel really strong about real quick also. Socialization is just not an event. It's not a checklist, it's not something that you just do once and, check off the box and it's done. Socialization is a lifestyle. So it's moving into everything that we do here from the second your puppy opens their eyes of their life. So let me just first by saying, what exactly does that look like? I'm sure you guys are curious. So it starts earlier than most people realize. Science has identified critical windows of development that begins around 3 weeks and runs to about 14 weeks. So during that time, a puppy's brain is in a state of heightened neuroplasticity. What does that mean? So that means that the brain is rapidly forming associations that tell puppy, hey, is this safe? Is this person safe? Is this dangerous? Every positive experience during that window is being filed away. Is it normal? Is it safe? Is it okay? If you miss that window, you are going to spend years trying to undo fear and anxiety that could have been prevented the first few months of their lives. So what makes Blue Buddha Frenchies different? So I start even before that window opens. In the first 2 weeks of their life, when their eyes are open, even their ears are not even opened. We are already at work with these puppies, I promise you. We do it through touch, through voice, and through presence. So Mario and I are in the nursery constantly. We are handling these puppies every single day from the very first day they come into this world. Our voices are the very first voices that they hear. Our hands are the very first hands that they feel. And that builds something really powerful, I believe. So it tells these puppies from the very first moments, people are safe, people are good, people mean warmth, comfort, and of course, love. That foundation is where it really all begins. We do something during those first 2 weeks, which we call early neurological stimulation. Some of you have heard us mention this in prior lives. But I just want to briefly tell you a little bit of like a full story about it tonight. Basically, it's actually really fascinating to me anyways. Early neurological stimulation was originally developed by the United States military as part of a program called biosensor. Yes, the military. So they created this program to improve performance of their working dogs in the military. So it became publicly known as the Super Dog Program. And what they discovered through like tons of years of research is that there is a specific window from day 3 to day 16, I believe, of the puppy's life where gentle neurological stimulation has profound lasting effects on a puppy. There's 5 specific benefits were observed in puppies who went through this whole program. They had improved cardiovascular performance, stronger heartbeats, stronger adrenal glands, greater tolerance to stress, and greater resistance to diseases, which is huge. The exercises themselves are very simple. They're very gentle, tickling the paws with a little Q-tip, holding the puppies in different positions. You've probably seen us do that. Very brief exposure to slightly cool surfaces. Nothing dramatic, nothing uncomfortable, just intentional stimulation for them. We do this with every single puppy every single day during that critical window that I just mentioned. We believe in it completely. It definitely works. Week 3 arrives. That's when things really get exciting. And we are almost to that with our puppies. Their eyes are open, the ears are open, suddenly the world becomes real for them for the very first time. And I can tell you right now, as you guys know, that's happening right now. Our puppies are almost to the 3-week mark. It will go by so fast. They've opened their eyes, they're looking around for the very first time, and they're like, wait, there's a whole world out there. So we actually got to experience that with our current litter right now, and that's everything. It never gets old. This is when we get very intentional about sound. We introduce soft music into the nursery, normal household noises, different voices, different tones. We want the puppies to start to understand that sound is a normal part of life. We don't want them to be startled by certain things. Here is something that's really important though with Frenchies specifically. Frenchies by nature can be a little bit suspicious of new situations, as you probably know if you have one. It's just part of their personality. But here is the beautiful thing. So when you have proper socialization, that keeps them becoming ever a problem. Well-socialized Frenchies, they're confident, they're laid back, they're curious, and they're absolutely delightful in any situation. They're amazing. And under-socialized Frenchie can be anxious, reactive, and frankly dramatic. And listen, we love a dramatic Frenchie. We all have them. They're hilarious. But we do not want we don't want fear to drive that. We want personality to drive it. There is a big difference between those two. So sound introduction in week 3 is a big deal for us. By week 4, socialization expands. This is when Mario and I spend even more time on the floor with the babies, holding them, talking to them, letting them crawl all over us. Mario will usually end up with about 4 puppies on his head at some point, just so you know, and it's going to be awesome, so stay tuned for that. And this is when we start introducing different surfaces under their feet. That is huge, and I've probably talked about that with a lot of my families. Grass, tile, wood, carpet, rubber mats. Why does this matter? So because a puppy that has only ever felt one surface under their paws, they're going to freeze when something new happens. When you bring them home, they hit your hardwood floors, and suddenly they're convinced the floor is trying to eat them. So we've all seen that video circulate around social media, and we laugh at it. Well, we don't want that for our puppies. It could be funny in the moment, but it's really serious. We want them to feel new surfaces and think, interesting, what else do you got? So we also start introducing different objects into their environment. Things that move, things that make sounds, things that look unfamiliar, because life is full of unfamiliar things with your puppy. We want these puppies to approach the world with curiosity, not fear. So we don't want them to be scared. So weeks 5 and 6, socialization becomes about people, different faces, different energies, different ages. We want every single puppy that leaves Blue Buddha Frenchies to be comfortable with all kinds of humans. The loud ones, the quiet ones, the ones who move fast, the ones who move slow, children, adults, the neighbor that wears that big giant hat that comes outside with sunglasses on, all of them, because you never really know what kind of home that a puppy's going to be going to. All French Bulldogs, they're people dogs. They live for human connection. They thrive on companionship other than, they love their people. In fact, research shows that Frenchies who properly are socialized get along beautifully with children, other animals, and even strangers. It's not by accident, it's intentional, and it's done within those first early weeks that I just talked about. So that's also the stage where we pay very close attention to each puppy's personality. Every single litter is going to have the bold one, the gentle one, the curious one, the snuggly one, the one that is already clearly the class clown of the whole bunch. So understanding who each puppy is really helps us when a family asks us to match them with the right puppy. So it's something that we definitely take really seriously here. We are not just about placing puppies and tell them, see you later. We're here for life. And socialization is a huge part of how we understand who each puppy is and what they're going to need in their forever home. So now I want to talk about something that's not said enough, I don't think. Socialization does not stop when a puppy leaves here. The critical window runs for about 3 weeks to about 14 weeks of age. So most puppies go home, as you know, around 8 weeks. That means that your puppy arrives at your door. You're in the middle of the most important developmental window of their entire life. What you do in those first weeks at home matters tremendously. So we want you guys to expose them to new places, to new people, new sounds, new experiences. Don't be afraid to do that. Take them places, let them see the world, let them figure it out. The new scary things to them are not really scary. This is a gift that you give your Frenchie that will last forever. That is why we stay connected with all of our families after the puppy goes home. We love answering all of their messages and getting updates. We are always available for all of our families. We care about our puppies, not just when they're here, but of course when they leave also. We truly love them. Because Blue Buddha Frenchies, our relationship with our families does not end at pickup day. It's just the beginning, honestly. It's the Blue Buddha way. It's always been the Blue Buddha way, and that's how we are. So let's open it up. Mario is going to be reading your questions to me straight from the YouTube chat. So type your questions in the comments right now. What do you want to know about socialization that we just talked about? What are you guys doing at home with your Frenchie? What challenges are you guys facing currently that you might need some help with? Just drop in the comments right now. Mario's watching and he's going to bring your questions right to me and I'm going to answer them for you. So let's get this started.
All right, guys, I'm here now. So just looking over all the questions coming in. Who wants to be first today? Don't all come at once.
And we are also, I wanted to mention as well, so we have our Kumiko and peanut butter litter that we have right now, our 3 boys. They're 2 weeks old today. And we also have Coda and Kaya that will be coming within the next week and a half. Their puppies will be here. So our nursery is going to be full with puppies and we are so excited. So just wanted to mention that as well.
Okay, we have a question here.
Woohoo! Questions!
Says, we have multiple dogs. Granted, we have introduced puppies before, but do you, as a Frenchie person, have any suggestions with how you bring them in?
So basically what I always tell the family is, depending on how, if you have a few dogs, are your dogs, do they get along with other dogs? Are they are they okay when you approach them? If you have one that's a little bit more dominant, one that's a little bit more submissive, then what I recommend is get a kind of like a playpen, and I have this on our Amazon storefront that I recommend. It's like an area that you can keep them safe in, and I think this is the best introduction, I believe, with families when if they have multiple dogs at their house when their Frenchies coming home. Put them in that and let the dogs go around them. Let the puppy go around, the fenced-in area, and let them smell the older dogs. And that usually works excellent. And then eventually, you'll want to take the puppy and just hold the puppy in your arms and let them come up to the puppy. It's okay. You don't have to pull the puppy back. Just kind of let them, sniff and do their, dog thing, and everything will transition perfectly. Great question.
Excellent question. And sometimes in the past also, we've had families mail us or a blanket, if you want to tell them about, how
Oh,
we do
yes.
that.
Yeah, we've had a lot of families that would mail us something from their house, or they would ask if I would send home something from the litter, which I typically do, that has mom scent on it, and I would send that with the family, and then of course they would, the other dogs in their home would smell that and get them more familiar. We'll do anything you guys need us to do to make the transition easier. But that's definitely, no problem at all.
All right, let's look back over here. I see a few more people out there, and I know you have some fantastic questions. So go ahead and send them over our way.
Yes, send them over our way. So we're super excited so we have Coda and Peabody that will be having puppies next week. She's due in about 5 to 6 days. She is loaded with puppies, it seems. So we're very excited about that. And Kaya, this is Kaya's last litter, and she's having babies with our little Marty McFly. So I'm super excited. This is going to be Marty's first litter. And I just can't wait to see little Marty McFly's, running around. And it seems like Kaya's got a few in there. This is her last litter before retirement. We're super excited. We have produced Coda. Peabody is an outside stud that we did use. We have Marty was produced by us, Coda was produced by us, and Kaya was also produced by us. So we're very excited for all these generations to unfold next week and see, and we are so excited to show you guys as well.
This has been an absolutely awesome live tonight. We're so happy to talk about socialization because it's so important with everything.
Yep.
Is there anyone else that would like some questions answered? And if by chance you don't think of them right now, do not hesitate to put it in the comments later this evening or even tomorrow.
And we will answer them. No question is a stupid question. Just answer. I will answer it. You ask me, and we'll get there together. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Every single week, this community gets bigger. It gets more beautiful, and it still fills our hearts. Before we go, I want to give you guys a puppy update like I just kind of briefly told you. But honestly, how could I not? Our babies are 2 weeks old today, Kumiko and Peanut Butter. 2 weeks old, and they are absolutely thriving. This litter has been amazing. We are out of the red zone. I have something excited to share that happened this week that's definitely was super amazing. All the puppies opened their eyes right on time, right when they're supposed to. They're open. These babies are looking around. They're talking in the world. They're seeing us for the very first time. And everything we've talked about tonight, the sound introduction, the gentle handling, the early neurological stimulation is taking place right now. They have graduated from the incubator. Mama Kumiko is doing absolutely beautifully with her litter. She is such an incredible mom, and we are so proud of her. And Peanut Butter, well, he has absolutely no idea how handsome his babies are, but we're going to make sure that he finds out. So we're going to be sharing more updates very soon. I think Mario said we might have some more questions, so I'll stop just to answer those questions for you.
Okay, we did have another one come in, and they are asking, their question is, we currently have a 1-year-old female Frenchie from you and would like to get another one. Would you recommend another female or male as a long-term companion?
Oh, I love this question. So this question is a question I get all the time. And it goes back to, I ask the family, the first question that I always ask them is, your female or male, is it dominant or submissive? If they say, Andrea, she's so laid back, she can do whatever, you know, then usually I will say any sex is fine. Really with Frenchies, there's not a huge difference, but if you have a female that is really dominant, I would recommend to go with a male. They become really best friends and they do interact very well with each other. But if you have a female that is submissive, she doesn't care what goes on, she gets along with all dogs, you can have a boy or a girl. It's not going to matter at all. That's a really good question.
Okay, and we do have another one that came in.
Woo, yay!
Hey, this is fun. They're wondering if Peanut Butter is the father of Marty.
Oh, I love that question. Yes. So Marty McFly is the son of Peanut Butter. Peanut Butter, so this is really, really cool. So we have our El Camino, our amazing El Camino, who is now retired. El Camino is the main guy there. He is the father of Ichiban. Ichiban is Peanut Butter's dad. And then Marty is the son of Peanut Butter. So it goes from El Camino to Ichiban to Peanut Butter down to Marty. So that's what we do. A lot of our dogs here, you will notice, like our Buddha line, which I always say our blue line, it's 7 generations of our lines. 7 generations of healthy lines. I always make sure I keep back from that line every single time because that's how I'm able to continue that lineage. It's super important to me. And the same thing goes for El Camino's line. So now Marty's going to be born, his puppy's the first time next week, and you better believe I will be keeping a little boy probably from that litter unless I get some girls. Usually when you want boys, you get girls, and when you want girls, you get boys. It just happens. So maybe we'll get a 50-50. We'll see. So we are super excited about that, and that's an excellent question. But yes, Peanut Butter is Marty McFly's dad. Also, make sure you guys are following us on our social media. Please, please subscribe. Tell everybody about us. Tell us to come watch us. And then next week, we are going to be talking about what to look for when choosing a responsible breeder. Woo! I'm so excited about that one. What questions do you ask? What red flags do you want to watch out for so you're not going to be scammed? What sets breeders like us apart from the rest? And I'm going to tell you. This one is going to be so important, and this is probably the most exciting one that I have been so excited to talk about. So you don't want to miss it. We are going to go live next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live every single week on Thursday, right here with you guys. And throughout this week, we've been turning the puppy cams on so you guys can watch the puppies move around, make little noises as the puppies grow. So please make sure you are subscribed. Make sure that your little bell alert is turned on so you don't ever miss us. We have our Amazon storefront in the comments. I have a whole entire Blue Buddha puppy starter kit that I recommend there for all my families. And then I have a beginner guide that I worked on that you guys can purchase on our website that really talks about so much information that I've kind of put all into one area. So go check that out. You guys don't want to miss anything. And thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for being here, for caring about these puppies as much as we do. We will see you next Thursday, and trust me, it's going to be so good. Bye. Love you guys.